the Crane Room for your lunch and dinner rendezvous. You'll enjoy their pleasant atmosphere. The Crane Room takes pride in their wide variety menu. Appetizers, sandwiches, soups, salads, entrees, pasta, and the best burgers in town. Newcastle's best selection of domestic, import, and craft beers from around the world, and the Crane Room features a 35-tap draft system. Ask about their daily specials that will please you every time. The Crane Room is located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
When I'm on the go, I take NCTV 45 with me.
Baby, what a big surprise when you need that special gift. It's Baskets by Design, 2305 Wilmington Road. They have baskets, arrangements, everything that you could want for that special someone. It's Baskets by Design, right in the Tanner's complex. Stop by or call 724-971-0824.
Give Mangina Outside Services a call when you want a yard project done and done right. Bud Mangina is the owner, and he and his staff will do just about any yard project, and he also does hauling of your trash and unwanted items. Mangina Outside Services covers the greater Newcastle area with very affordable prices. Tell Bud you heard this message on NCTV 45, and you'll receive a 10% discount. Call 724-3658. That's 724-614-3658.
Quiet, relaxing tranquility. That's Bethy's Bakery and Eatery in Volant, Pennsylvania. But you may ask, is it a bakery or is it a restaurant? Bakery, restaurant. Well, they have cakes of every kind. And not only that, they have burgers also, and turnovers, and salads, and donuts, and nachos, and cupcakes, and cream puffs, and just goes on and on. But let's not forget, home of the plate-sized cinnamon roll. Is it a bakery? Is it a restaurant? You decide. Bethy's in Vogue.
It's Butts Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Butts Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Butts Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere, 1-800-443-7726. It's Butts Flowers in downtown Newcastle.
Keep watching NCTV 45 for Cook in the Castle. You're going to love it. EAS, Emergency Answering Services, can get that call when you can't. We are a trusted answering service who operates 24/7. Locally owned and operated. When you need help answering your phones, call EAS. We'll get the message to you.
Hi, I'm Gary West for NCTV 45. This is another edition of Focus NC. My guest today is Matt Staniszewski, and Matt is the Director, Community and Economic Development of the City of Newcastle. Welcome, Matt.
Well, thank you for having me today.
I know you're a busy guy. You took a few minutes out of your busy schedule to be with us, and we appreciate that.
Glad to be here.
Before we talk about a few important items that's going on in the city of Newcastle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I'm born and raised in the city of Washington initially. I have my bachelor's degree actually in software engineering from California University of Pennsylvania with additional focus on business and economics. I was previously a federally licensed stockbroker and financial planner, and I have another number of other certifications. I'm a certified grant writer, and I actually, back in 2006, for 2 years, I served as the deputy mayor for the city of Washington, as well as their chief financial officer, and then later became their senior ranking city councilman and the director of the Public Works Bureau, which also looked at aspects of code enforcement as well. And here I am in Newcastle now.
And you started in Newcastle what year?
September of last year,
Last year,
2013,
2013.
right? Yes.
Well, we want to talk a little bit about Act 47 because it's on everyone's minds. First of all, I just want to give you just a quick definition, the quick definition of what Act 47 actually is. It's Pennsylvania's Financially Distressed Municipalities Act 47 of 1987. So that's when it started. And it empowers the State Department of Community and Economic Development to declare certain municipalities financially distressed, provides for the restructuring of debt of financially distressed municipalities, limits the ability of financially distressed municipalities to obtain government funding. This is the quick version, trust me. Authorizes municipalities to participate in federal debt adjustment actions and bankruptcy actions under certain circumstances, and provides for consolidation or merger of contiguous municipalities to relieve financial distress. Now, the city of Newcastle became an Act 47 municipality in January of 2007. Then 5.5 years later, which would have been November of 2012, the recovery plan was amended. And Newcastle has made significant progress towards stabilizing the finances. So, Matt, where are we now? Give us an update on where we are with Act 47.
That's a great synopsis with Act 47. First taking a look at the original Act 47 plan.
In 07.
Right. The goal was to simply stabilize the finances. And since then, mayor and council, as well as the administration, they worked very hard to stabilize those finances. Revenues are actually exceeding expenditures at this point, and the city's experienced a year-end positive balance for the last couple of years now. The next step in that, obviously, once they got the finances stabilized, is to begin to start looking into the long term. One major component of the Act 47 amended plan in 2012 was to create a new Department of Community and Economic Development. And what that department oversees is code enforcement, zoning, planning, grant writing, again, community and economic development, health inspections, gaming, and so forth. And it's really to put it all under one umbrella to streamline a lot of the bureaucracy and a lot of the red tape, make it easier to start a business, focus on development, and provide a long-term strategic plan to grow the city's tax base over the next decade to 2 decades.
Well, Newcastle is more financially stable now than it was back in 07. As Matt mentioned, and that progress provides what we could say the foundation for the city to address 3 challenges over a 3-year period. That would have been 2012 to 2015, covered in the amended recovery plan. So that would have been, just to give you the right time frame, original was 07, and then the amended 2012. So the challenges are this way. Challenge 1 is the city's annual required contributions to its employee pension funds will be doubling in the next 5 years. I have some numbers here that I'm going to share with you in just a minute. The second challenge, the city's largest revenues are not growing as fast as its largest expenditures. And the third challenge from the state, the city depends on the additional taxing authority granted under Act 47 to cover its annual operating and debt service expenses. Matt, let's go back to challenge number 1, and I see the recent numbers that I saw. Newcastle broke even in 2013, will break even for 2014, supposed to break even in 2015. 2016, there should be a deficit of 1.1 million and a deficit in 2017 of about 1.4 million. My question is that accurate?
Well, the first thing to take a look at is really pension reform as a whole. The state's dealing with a huge challenge right now in terms of fixing their pension. And municipalities across the Commonwealth are experiencing those same types of challenges. So this is not unique to just the city of Newcastle. Many smaller municipalities have the same type of financial challenges ahead of them. So hopefully the legislature in Harrisburg will make some amendments and enable municipalities to approach the pension in a different way.
Anything to expand on the city's largest revenues not growing as fast as largest expenditures?
Well, as I mentioned a little bit ago, in terms of the city's finances, over the last few years, they've actually ended in a positive year-end balance, which shows that your revenues have exceeded your expenditures. And now it's just a matter of continuing to grow that tax base through people moving to the city, to providing new business opportunities, to get new businesses started, to create jobs right here in the heart of the downtown.
Now, do I understand challenge 3 correctly? Does it mean that the city is given authority by the state to change all the tax numbers? Or, I mean, to tax people more or less? So it's not going to be less, most likely, but is that what that means? Gives you the authority to do that?
Well, you have to go to court in order for that to happen. And that is actually available to any municipality. When I was in the city of Washington, for example, the first day on the job, I was handed a stack of bills totaling about $500,000, okay, because the bills have not been paid for months. They were on the brink of Act 47, and I got them into what's called the Early Intervention Program. It's kind of like Act 47, just that it's not mandated by the state. It's basically, here's your plan. The local elected officials have the ability to implement it or not. Fortunately, we did take some tough choices, and we implemented our plan. And because of a lot of those efforts, the city of Washington is out of any type of early intervention at this point, and they've had positive cash flow for a number of years now. Regarding that, though, in terms of leveraging other taxes, any municipality, including the city of Washington, had that same type of authority. So it's not very specific to Act 47, but it is definitely a tool as you're working towards stabilizing your finances.
I should point out.
And one other thing, actually, you can't. They don't have the ability to create new taxes or anything like that. Or your two main income sources, obviously property tax and earned income tax, are the two primary sources of revenue to be able to provide service to our residents and our business owners.
I should point out that cities in close proximity to Newcastle that are also designated municipalities on Act 47 would be Aliquippa. Ambridge was on Act 47. They're off now. Farrell, the rest of the cities I'm going to mention are still on Act 47. Farrell, Franklin, Greenville, Pittsburgh, and there's a total of 27 municipalities since 1987 when Act 47 began. Now, one more question for Matt. Matt, does Newcastle ever communicate with these other municipalities and compare notes?
Oh, absolutely. We are a member of the Pennsylvania Municipal League. I'm actually an active committee member with them, and again, it is a league of all the municipalities, participating municipalities across the Commonwealth. We're constantly working towards sharing ideas and looking at other ways to creatively get us out of Act 47. For example, Pittsburgh has been in Act 47 for almost 20 years at this point. The one thing I would stress, Newcastle didn't get this way overnight, and we're not going to rebound overnight. This is a long-term strategy. I think the administration, mayor and council, they've taken great steps initially to get us to this point, and now it's just moving us forward.
Is there a time frame set or not?
In terms of?
How long does the city of Newcastle think they're going to be on Act 47? That
would be upon review of Harrisburg. There's, again, as you mentioned, their amended plan of 2012, it's about that thick, and there's a number of objectives that the city needs to meet. And again, even creating my department is an objective because they look at that as a long-term strategy to begin to stabilize and grow that tax base.
Well, Matt, thanks for taking some time out to be with us today. And this is Matt
Thank you.
Staniszewski, and he is the Director of Community and Economic Development for the City of Newcastle. And hopefully that enlightened you as to what's going on with Act 47 and where Newcastle is right now. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
That's another edition of Focus NC. I'm Gary West for NC TV 45. We have a great relationship with Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors in downtown Newcastle at 210 East Washington Street. And whenever you watch Focus NC, my wardrobe is furnished by Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors. Bill's Bake Shop will make you happy. Bill Cast is the owner, and he and his staff keep the tradition going with all those bakery items that you remember as a kid. Just to name a few items, Bill makes cream sticks, cinnamon rolls, bear claws, cream horns, cannoli, cakes, pies, cookies, bread, pizza, and so much more. Bill's Bake Shop, located at 228 North Liberty Street in the Mahoningtown section of Newcastle, is open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 5, and Sunday, 7 to 2, closed on Monday. Bill's, where smiles are everywhere. Call 724-654-4223. Make it Lanigan's Irish Pub, where you'll be amazed with the weekly specials. Pub grub, salads, burgers, sandwiches, Irish specialties, and desserts. Lanigan's has a full bar featuring domestic, craft, and Irish draft beer. You can also book a party at Lanigan's at 126 East Washington Street in downtown Newcastle. As they say at Lanigan's Irish Pub, the best Irish food since Ireland. Call 724-657-3444.
This is NCTV 45. You can watch us anytime on your time.
Pizza 2 in downtown Newcastle with a great variety menu that you will tell everybody about. Chris Quiera, the owner, is here with more information.
Stop down and see us at Little Johnny's 2. We're located at 130 East Washington Street, or give us a call at 724-657-2210.
We're with Sammer from Mary's Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Sammer, how are you today?
Very good, thank you.
That's great. Can you tell us what kind of food you have at your restaurant?
I have lots of good food, and I have chicken over rice, kidney, gravy, lemon raw, chicken raw, all healthy food, no worry about that.
Sounds great. Middle Eastern food. And you're on Long Avenue in Newcastle.
Thank you, yeah.
Open from
6 day a week.
6 day a week.
From 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock to 10 o'clock night.
11 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Okay. We'll see everybody at Mary's Restaurant in downtown Newcastle.